I never thought love could find me again. For a long time, I believed that once life takes it from you, truly takes it, it's gone for good. Like a rare flower that blooms only once. I used to think you only get one great love story. Mine ended the day my husband died. That was supposed to be the end of that chapter. The end of many things. After the funeral, the house didn't just feel empty. It felt foreign. Like I was living in someone else's life. The walls that once echoed with his laughter now only whispered back silence. His footsteps, once a rhythm I didn't know I had memorized, were gone, and their absence haunted me. I tried to be strong. For our family. For the memory of who we were. For the version of myself I didn't want to lose. But I was unraveling, thread by thread, quietly, painfully. And then there was him. Mr. Ryan, his father. He was quiet at the funeral. Reserved. Stoic, almost. But I remember his hand resting on my shoulder afterward. Not in a way that felt obligatory. Not simply comforting. It was steady, grounding. As if, somehow, he had already made a decision that I would not go through this alone. At first, his visits were practical. He brought groceries, helped with repairs, sat with me in silence. I needed the help, and I was grateful. He didn't try to cheer me up or push me to talk. He was just there, a calm presence in the chaos of my grief. And over time, something began to shift. I started to notice things I hadn't before. The way his eyes lingered, not in an inappropriate way, but in a way that felt present. He didn't look at me like I was broken. Not like a widow. He looked at me like I was still me. And that did something to my heart that I wasn't ready for, but couldn't ignore. One night, he brought dinner. I hadn't cooked in days. I was in an oversized sweater, hair tangled, face bare. I looked nothing like myself. But he smiled like none of that mattered. You don't have to act strong all the time, he said gently. We sat at the table, eating in silence. But it was the first time in weeks I didn't feel invisible. After that, he became a quiet fixture in my days. Fixing the garden, walking the dog, reading beside me, in the living room. We rarely spoke about the past. We didn't need to. In the silences between us, something began to bloom. Something I hadn't dared feel in a long time. One rainy afternoon, I found him in the garage, soaked from the storm but smiling as he worked on a broken fence. You don't have to do all this, I said. I want to, he replied. It was just a few words, but they settled deep in my chest. The way he said it, I heard everything he didn't say. That night, by the fireplace, with rain tapping softly against the windows, he said something I will never forget. He loved you more than anything, he whispered. I nodded, holding back tears. I see pieces of him in you, he continued, but I see something else too. He didn't say more. He didn't need to. My heart was already trembling with the truth I didn't want to admit. I was beginning to feel something again. And it scared me. In the days that followed, nothing overt happened. He never crossed a line. But in the small things, the way his fingers brushed mine in passing, the warmth in his voice, the nearness of him, I felt it. A new life stirring beneath the layers of grief. One morning, he brought coffee. We sat quietly on the porch, watching the world wake up. Do you ever think about what's next? He asked softly. I hesitated. Sometimes. But it's hard to imagine. I think about it a lot lately, he said. Then added, there's something I haven't felt in years. And I feel it now. My heart pounded. I looked at him. You're not making anything harder, I said. You're making things feel possible again. We didn't need to say more. Something had already shifted. From that moment, everything felt different but not rushed. I started cooking again. Not just for me. I began to hope he'd stop by, and he always did. One night, after dinner, our hands touched while washing dishes. Neither of us moved away. I miss this, I said. Companionship. Someone close. He looked at me, eyes steady. So, do I. It wasn't a confession. It was truth. Shared, understood, unspoken for now. Weeks passed in a blur. He helped repaint the guest room. I started baking again. Laughing again. We read. We talked. We sat in silence and didn't feel alone. And slowly, the weight of grief wasn't the only thing we shared. We were making space for something new. Then one day, I found an old photo, me, my husband, and Ryan, smiling by the lake. A perfect, painful memory. And something inside me twisted. Because what I felt for Mr. Ryan was real. But so was the past. And I couldn't ignore the truth. He was my husband's father. I didn't answer the door when he came the next morning. I thought I needed space. But the silence that followed was emptier than before. Lonelier. Harder. 2 days later, I went to him. My hands were cold, my heart uncertain. "I'm sorry," I said. "I found a photo, and it hit me. This isn't simple." "I know," he replied quietly. "But I can't pretend I don't feel it." I tried. I whispered. "And it hurts more to push it away." He reached out and gently tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. "I'm not replacing him," he said. "And I know he'd never want you to live without love." Tears welled in my eyes. "I'm scared," I admitted. "So am I," he said. "But I'm more scared of losing this." We didn't kiss. We didn't rush. We didn't try to define what this was. We just let it be. Let it grow. Softly. Carefully. Honestly.